into our offense, but there's going to be a lot of the same lingo and a lot of the same plays. And that's been kind of the knock against James Franklin. Even when he's changed offensive coordinators, he's kept his offensive mindset the same. So I am curious to see how that's going to play out. So I don't think they're going to be in that conversation in terms of being in Indianapolis at the end of the season, but they're always going to be a solid team. And then I think everybody's Cinderella or the darling is going to be Rutgers this season just because of the way the schedule pans out. You miss a lot of the top-tier teams. You don't play Ohio State. You don't play Oregon. You don't play Penn State. And the amount of returning talent they have, I like that they picked up Ethan Kaliakmanis in the transfer portal. No, he wasn't tremendous at Minnesota, but he's probably the best quarterback they've had since Greg Schiano returned. So that's a sleeper team. And then I think kind of a wild card this year would be Nebraska. You look at the schedule, what they added with Dylan Raiola, picking him up. I think he's going to be the guy. They feel really good about what they did defensively and the returning talent. They've got two really good receivers in Jalen Lloyd and Malachi Coleman who can take the top off. Through the first 7 games, this is a team that when they come into Columbus, they feel like they could potentially be 7-0. So those are a couple wild card teams there. But I don't – to me right now, I know I talked about I have some curiosity about Oregon transitioning. I still just think Ohio State and Oregon right now are the two best teams in the Big Ten. It's going to take a lot to dethrone those teams from the top 2 spots.
He is Dustin Schutte of SI with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Any worry for you about Penn State and the opener coming up here next Saturday, having to go to Morgantown to play the Mountaineers of West Virginia? Because I know that place burns hot and it burns bright when they have big opponents in there.
Yeah, I think there is a little bit just because it's the first game. It's going to be on the road. And it looks like West Virginia is, they're taking this game personally. They want some revenge. I just don't think they have the talent. I think this is going to be maybe one of those games where at halftime, if you're a Penn State fan, you're feeling a little bit nervous. But ultimately, I just think they're too good defensively, and I think they have enough talent offensively to win that game. But I think that's going to be I do think that's going to be a fun one and an interesting through 2 or 3 quarters where you're just kind of maybe sweating it out a little bit if you're a Penn State fan, hoping you don't open the season 0-1.
What do you make of Michigan this season? Obviously they lost a lot of guys to the NFL draft, seniors. Harbaugh goes by the wayside. Sharon Moore comes in. They've got the NCAA stuff hanging over their head. What do you make of them this year?
Maybe I'm alone in this. I know they've still got a really talented roster. I know that they recruit really well. I think this is a 500 football team. And the reason I say that is because of the things that you mentioned, Beam. It's because of the fact that they are going through such a transition process. They basically lost their entire coaching staff to the NFL. This is a team that has to replace 18 starters. They don't really know what they're going to do at quarterback. Is it going to be Alex Orji? Is it going to be Davis Warren who's going to lead that offense? Some of the concerns, too, if you've heard on Big Ten Network, is those two guys have different skill sets, and they might cater the offense. So do they have a set offensive scheme that they're going to run regardless of who's under center for them? So I know their schedule isn't as daunting as maybe it has been in previous seasons, but those two of the first 4 games, they'll have USC or they'll have Texas and then USC. I don't think Fresno State is a slouch. That's a team that's returning 14 or 15 starters from a 9-4 team. They've hit 9 or 10 wins in 5 of their last 7 seasons. So I think I'm going to just say this right now. I think I'm more nervous if I'm a Michigan fan about Fresno State than I would be if I'm Penn State for that West Virginia game. I just think there's a lot of question marks, a lot of uncertainty. And then, again, as you mentioned, the distractions hanging over the program. I got to think that a lot of those players are hearing some of that noise. And maybe they'll take it personally. Maybe they'll block it out and they'll be ready to go come week 1 on August 31st. But I just have a lot of question marks that I don't think that this is going to be a very maybe they get to 7-8 wins, but I think that would be their ceiling this year.
Dustin, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on here with us this morning. Have a great rest of the day, buddy, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
Hey, thanks, guys. Enjoy week 0.
You too. There he goes. Our good friend Dustin Schutte of SI with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're going to get juice next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We're watching lane closures at the 161-270 split on the northeast side because of a crash on 161 in those westbound lanes. Also on 315 in Delaware County. Expect some lane closures going northbound near Cellar Lane because of a crash. I-270 northbound, the left shoulder slightly blocked off right near Hamilton Road as crews work to clear up a crash. And I-71, the right shoulder blocked going southbound right near 11th Avenue due to a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $219 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33 or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
With approved credit. 2024 Sentra SB FWD 36-month lease with $3,000 due at signing. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Integrity, honesty, and quality. Words we live by here at Monogram Homes. Hi, this is Dina. And at Monogram Homes, we strive to bring your wants to your man cave, your needs to your kitchen, and your ideas to life. Most home builders claim to be custom, but starting with stock floor plans and templates isn't our idea of a tailored experience. At Monogram Homes, we start with a blank slate and work with you until you get exactly what you want. So start your true custom home journey today with a builder you can trust. Monogram Homes. Visit us online at monogramhomes.net.
Hi, this is Justin Hinderer. Come see us at John Hinderer Ford in Washington Courthouse for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles in Fayette County. We're all in on America and proud to be your Ford AgPack dealer. Don't forget to ask about our convenience and mobile service at the home of the lifetime powertrain guarantee, including engine, transmission, rear differential, and drive shaft on all qualifying vehicles. John Hinderer Ford, just off 62 at Washington Courthouse, or hindererford.net. We love what moves you.
Big Bob's Discount Furniture is coming to Columbus. And Big Bob's Discount Furniture wants you to win big this football season. It's easy. Just get online and go to 971thefan.com to register to win a $1,000 gift card to Big Bob's Discount Furniture. So you can watch your favorite football team sitting in your new Big Bob's recliner or couch this season. Wow. That's $1,000 from Big Bob's Discount Furniture. All you have to do is register to win on the fans contest page at 971thefan.com. Hurry, contest ends Thursday, August 28th. See complete contest details online at 971thefan.com.
We don't talk politics on the Fan. It's divisive, fear-stoking, and negative. That's what our social media is for. Or your crazy uncle's house, or the grocery store, or you get my point. The Fan, Ohio's politics-free destination.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. columbusmensclinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Hear that? The sound of adorable little birds in your garden. And if you were here, you'd taste the 2 sweet but tiny tomatoes you grew all by yourself. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens when you're riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive on your way to the store for a pack of normal-sized tomatoes. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without getting your hands dirty. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are clear and sunny today. Temperatures rising from the 40s and 50s this morning back to the 70s this afternoon. So you might need a jacket just to get you out the door, but we'll see a high of 77 later today. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your weather impact forecast on The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Federal Elite Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Beamer and Shark love baseball. Bobby wants to murder Rob Manfred with his bare hands. See? A little something for everyone. This is Morning Juice.
We know what Friday nights mean, especially this time of the year, and it means high school football here in the great state of Ohio. The fan game of the week kicks off this Friday at 7 o'clock. Got Harvest Prep at Pickerington Central, and after the game, it's the Byers Dublin Subaru Overtime with Ryan Baker and Lee Cochran. High school football back here on the Fan starting this week, just a couple of days away from right now.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Football being back's got me juiced, Bob. It's got you juiced.
Oh, definitely football being back. Me getting my sink fixed last night, getting that faucet tightened up. Something that's been going on for about the last month. It was driving me crazy. I felt like Clark Griswold beam in Chris's Vacation with the quarter post on the stairs. Like I just wanted to saw it off.
Yeah.
It was rattling around. It was shaking. It's all snugged up and firm again. Cleaned everything out. Got that thing taken care of. Feel good about that. I'm excited going to the final weekend, week 0. There will be some football, but final weekend before Ohio State football is done. And from here on out, I mean, there'll be football on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sunday, Monday. All the days, Beam, will have some football. And excited because Wednesday I don't have any practices to coach today. So excited about that. Relax a little bit. Although we do have our son's walkthrough tonight in high school. It's down for 2 hours. I'm like, is he
on the freshman team?
Yeah.
So they play still on Thursdays?
No.
Okay.
The ADs of Central Ohio, laziest thing in the world. They voted that all the games are on Saturdays now.
Oh, so are they before the JV game?
They rotate them or back and forth. I don't know how they do it. Right. They claim the officials wanted it then. Every official I talked to said no. We would rather go be able to watch college football on Saturdays and not be there for a second game in a row. Do them on Thursdays, but most of the athletic department directors are lazy and didn't want to go out there on a Thursday night. So that's basically what it came down to. So they all voted to put them on Saturdays. They don't want to go up on a Thursday.
I like playing on Thursdays.
Yeah, it's great. Standalone game.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun.
Standalone if you're a freshman on Thursday. If you're varsity, you get the standalone on Friday. If you're JV, you get the standalone on Saturday.
I know. Believe me. They're going to make up a million excuses. Oh, the bus shortage or this or that. Listen, I don't want to hear about problems. Go solve them. Okay? That's your job. Your job as an administrator, management, is to solve problems. That's got me juice, Shark. What's Soy's got to say?
My wingspan's probably like 5 feet, total, right? So now I'm 6'1", I'm slow, and I got short arms. Great.
Very true.
Yeah. We're all made differently, thank goodness. We have different tastes. We have different opinions. Beamer loves all European sports, Formula One, Premier League soccer, Tour de France. Premier League soccer. I couldn't care less about any of that stuff because I'm an American. But I love black olives. And
that sounds gross.
I taste a black olive, and I think, how could anybody in the world not like black olives?
They're salty, they're briny?
Yes.
Good.
They're great. My son-in-law hates olives. But
does he dislike green olives, too?
Yeah.
Because some people like green olives, they hate black olives.
Right.
What's the difference in taste profile? Because they taste the same terribleness to me.
No.
The green are, I feel like way, I don't know.
See, I get the jalapenos in my green olives, so they're nice and
What does that mean? That's not a jalapeno. That's a green olive. I want a green olive, not a jalapeno.
Is it an olive in jalapeno brine or a jalapeno in an olive brine?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, we're all different, and I say that because this morning when Beamer walked in, he was salivating at the weather, how nice and cool it was, and I hate it. It's August. I like August weather. I want highs of 85 degrees.
Well, you're going to get that this weekend.
70.
You're going to get that this weekend.
I know, but I want it the whole month of August. Don't give me October weather in August. Don't give me August weather in December. Well, actually, that would be really nice. But anyway, I go out for a walk last night. Jan and I, we have a little 4.3-mile trek we do.
Nice.
That sounds terrible.
I'm in shorts and a T-shirt, and after 2 miles, I said, Jan, we got to go home. I'm freezing.
Walk faster.
I was trying to walk faster and work up a sweat, but I couldn't. It was so cold out there. So anyway, that's what doesn't have me juiced. The Guards do have me juiced. The Twins lost last night out in San Diego. The Royals lost last night to the Angels. So now our lead in the American League Central is up to 3.5 games. That has me juiced. Also, what has me juiced today, Bobby's This Date in History talking about the 2000 PGA Championship. The final round was the greatest single most dramatic round of golf I've ever watched. It was fun to go back and watch that. Yesterday I was cutting up the sound. It's hard to put, like 20 minutes of drama into 40 seconds, but it was great.
Oh, it was great all day, too. I mean, the playoff and Tiger saying, nobody knew who Bob May was, but Bob May as an AM was really good. And a handful of times, he had beaten Tiger, had a bunch of different records that Tiger was chasing after. Yeah, that's good. It's great. I mean, in the YouTube chat, Sharky, it's great. It says, Mike says Shark likes Lenin's tomb, so you're a communist for not liking the weather right now. And then Greta said, Shark is the voice of reason on the weather. It's August. It's supposed to be hot. Everybody's different.
Yeah. Everybody's got a different opinion.
Everybody's got a different opinion. Don said Blue Chief stuffed olives in a martini. Yeah, so my dad's a big...
I've always wanted to like martinis. I can't like them.
It's just straight vodka or straight gin. That's all there is in it.
Yeah, but it has olive juice in it.
No, not if you can get it.
That's called a dirty martini.
Yeah.
I'd rather order a dirty martini or an extra dirty martini. That sounds even better.
Yeah, it's because it's got a little flavor in there.
I tried to do it. I could not choke it down.
No? Can't do it?
No.
Yeah, that reminds me of a time that we went to... the top. We went to the top and everybody was like, oh, I'm so excited. Mary goes, I'm going to get a martini. She takes one sip of it. She goes, it's just vodka. I'm like, yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is. So that's got me fired up. Willie had a great day at the zoo yesterday. I mean, they spent, 6 hours or so at the zoo. So that was fun. He was tired last night, didn't make a peep, went to bed pretty easily, and I think he was just out like a rock. So I was fired up about that. And then I saw this. There's a video game that's called Football Manager. So it's like Soccer Manager, but you don't actually play the games. You literally just manage a team, right? So you pick a team and you manage the roster, and it's like playing a GM,
Manage a baseball team.
Yeah, like a GM video game.
Little League? No, Fantasy League.
And it's called Football Manager, and it's been cited in at least 35 divorce cases this year. As the games would say, while one obsessive husband persuaded his wife to honeymoon in Bulgaria so that he could actually visit the team he was managing in the second division of Bulgarian professional soccer. Where are you going to honeymoon at? Bulgaria. I got to go see my team play who I'm playing in my video game. That's got me fired up. I just saw that come down and thought that was pretty terrific. One coach across college football says, you know what? NIL time, it's over. It's time to put on the helmets, get ready for the season. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. I-71 southbound a little bit slow moving near 11th Avenue due to a crash. Also watching crashes near the 270-670 split going northbound right near Hamilton Road. And at the 161-270 split on the northeast side. Expect some lane closures heading westbound on 161 as crews work to clear up a crash. And our friends in Delaware County watch for some lane closures on 315 northbound right near Cellar Lane. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
During our Fresh Tyson Chicken full line sale, mix and match select varieties and buy one, get one free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and this month 0% financing is back by popular demand on the 2024 Toyota Tundra for 48 months. But hurry in before they're gone. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com for details. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky with approved credit, tax title, and $250 doc fee not included. Offer ends August 30th.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Think Tansky.
Excuse me, waiter. There's a hair in my soup. A long purple hair.
I'm so sorry. I'll get the manager.
I'm the manager. How can I help?
Wait, weren't you the Plum Insurance mascot?
What gave it away? My long purple fur?
Something like that.
What if all insurance companies were like NJM and were known for putting their policyholders first, not gimmicks? Then all those insurance mascots would have to get real jobs.
I'll pass on dessert.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
As a roofer, I'm always on the go, so I need to be able to get things done from anywhere. That's why I partner with Beacon. With the Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like Certainty Landmark Pro, right at my fingertips. It's like having my Beacon rep in my pocket 24/7. I rely on Beacon because I never stop building, and neither do they. Now through November, purchase certain teeth through Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $750. Beacon, always building.
When your job demands more than just hard work, trust Timberland Pro, the brand that defines superior comfort, performance, and durability. Built on a legacy of craftsmanship, Timberland Pro provides boots and apparel that stand up to the toughest challenges. Our products are as resilient as the skilled men and women who wear them. From the workshop to the job site, Timberland Pro is there with you every step of the way, blending innovation with time-tested quality. Discover why professionals choose Timberland Pro. Always do, never done. Visit timberlandpro.com or your local Timberland Pro dealer.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Bart the Shark. We're down to the semifinals in Leagues Cup play. Tonight, the Crew hosts the Philadelphia Union. Kickoff is at 7:30 at Lower.com Field. In baseball, it was a very frustrating night for the Guardians in the Bronx. They were issued 14 walks and banged out 9 hits, but Cleveland left 20 runners on base. Finally, in the 12th inning, the Guards scored 6 runs and went on to beat the Yankees 9-5. David Fry's bases-loaded triple was the big blow in the 12th. Red starter Carson Spires saw his ERA climb by nearly a point in one night. In Toronto, the Blue Jays crushed Cincinnati 10-3. Spires gave up 9 earned runs on 13 hits, including 5 home runs. His ERA rose from 4.55 to 5.43. George Springer had 2 homers and 3 RBIs for the Jays. The Sports Center is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local, drink High Bank.
If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
Hour number 3 of the program for us on a Wednesday. Brandon B. and Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here, 8:35, about 35 minutes away from right now, the Murph Dog, Patrick Murphy of Bucknuts. He's going to join the program. Going to get ready to talk some Buckeyes with him.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Coming up tomorrow at this very time, Albert Breer of the MMQB. He's going to join the program. Talk all things going on in the NFL with him. Should be a fantastic conversation as always. And if you ever miss Albert or any of our guests, you can always watch our YouTube show after or even listen to the podcast wherever you get your podcast from. Just subscribe to that. Type in Morning Juice on any of your podcasting platforms. Got you covered on all that front. Reds lose last night. The Blue Jays back at it tonight, north of the border, coming up here at 7 o'clock. Sharky recapping the Guards game and the update there a little bit. I don't think it does it justice, Shark, in the 60-second recap. 9-5 winners, final 12 innings, longest game of the Major League Baseball season so far. At one point, the Guards and the Yankees were 2 of 29 with runners in scoring position last night.
It was crazy. The Guards had the bases loaded, 1 out in the, gosh, I forget now if it was the 10th or the 11th.
They couldn't get 1 in?
No, Josh Naylor hits into a double play. And then in the bottom of the inning, the Yankees had the Manfred man on third with 1 out. They couldn't score. It just was like that the whole night. There were huge plays. The Guards threw out a guy at home plate in the bottom of the 8th that would have given the Yankees the lead. But, yeah, 14 walks, and they couldn't score. It was frustrating.
So they left 20 stranded last night?
20 men left on base. At least one every inning.
It's like ducks on the pond, Shark.
Yeah. Whack.
You know what, though?
They won.
That's all that matters.
All that matters.
They're back in the Bronx tonight.
That Manfred man scored for you.
It's going to be a beautiful night here in Columbus.
Well, what's that mean? 45 degrees?
For me, it is great, and it's great soccer watching weather, and you can get out to Lower.com Field tonight for the semifinal of Leagues Cup. Crew at home against Philly tonight in the Union. They'll also play them 1 week from today back in MLS. So what happens? You're in the semifinal of this tournament. You win this, you go to the final, you get to host the final, and you will take on the winner of LAFC and Colorado on Sunday. So that's what's going on tonight. Leagues Cup for the Columbus Crew. Feeling really good about it. And Christian Ramirez was pretty honest, said that Crew fans deserve the credit for the way that this team plays at home. If I can put my fader up, then you'll be able to hear from them.
They've obviously played a huge role. Our record at home speaks for itself, and they're a leading cause of that. in moments when we need them to pick us up, they do. In moments where we need them to stay loud and keep the momentum on our side, they do. So it's been special, and I think opposition feels that when they come here. You heard New York City FC's manager talking about this is a tough place to play, and everybody knows that, and it's a credit to everyone that's involved.
It is. It's loud, it's raucous, it's awesome, and I feel like whenever they need a goal, they get it because that crowd's behind them all the time. So 7:30 tonight against Philly.
You sold out, you think?
No.
Those games, like, no? Close? I mean, pretty full?
Midweek's tough. Midweek is tough.
Place is a great night.
It is. It is going to be a great night, but it's a hard sell for Leagues Cup, which was a thing that just was created by Dong Arbor last year. Yeah, and the fact that they have no Mexican teams left, and the fact that they don't have Miami in there, that backfired in their face. It's great for us. Like, it's terrific. I mean, we're always, of course,
Why
trying
do we
to
need Mexican teams in there.
No. I'm saying from their perspective of not having it be like an international final, how it's just 4 MLS teams, and one is Philly, one is Columbus, the other one is LAFC, which is a darling of the league, and then Colorado, who is not a darling of the league.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you get 3 out of those 4 teams, I'm sure that Dong is not thrilled.
Oh. I mean, you get what you get as your works deserve, Beam. So good for Dong Arbor.
Absolutely, man. So you get that tonight at 7:30. Bengals against the Colts tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Brownies late game for them on Saturday evening. That's a 10 o'clock start. They're in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Reports coming out, Bob, yesterday that Oregon kick time has been set. Joe Klatt was on Colin Cowherd, and he said 7:30 NBC. That's where the Ducks and the Bucks will tussle.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I like a good night game. That's a game that's worthy of a night game. Here's my main issue with this, is now when the traditional Big Ten teams go west, they're going to be given the primetime treatment. When you play them at home, Fox Big Noon is going to take them. And so you're not going to get any of these big games at night at home. You know what you're going to get? A Western Michigan sandwich. That sounds terrible. I would rather have a big game at night at home, not something I'm just waiting all day to get over with. Like, that's like you're procrastinating the win.
Yeah.
Like, you know that it's going to happen. And so that's my main issue with this. I like the fact that it's going to be, 3:30 local kick out there. That's good for them. 7:30 for us. Like, that's a win here. You feel good about life. It just stinks the fact that I don't know how many of these big games you'll get at night in the shoe anymore.
I do, and again, I mean, we've said this. I've said this for years. I love a noon game, but you need.
I like playing Akron at noon.
You need your big games, at least some of them.
I'm kind of upset Akron's at 3:30. Like, why do I have to wait longer to watch a game that I already know the outcome? Give me that at
noon. Can't you give me the Western Michigan game? Maybe that screams noon, right?
Screams night now, Beam.
I know it does. That scream was it?
7:30.
7:30, 8 o'clock kick?
7:30.
Oh, yeah. But anyways, you get the Oregon game at 7:30. That's exactly where it should be. It's number 3 against number 2 in the country in the preseason polls. We've been talking about it all offseason long since the schedule was released. It's exactly where it should be at. Prime time, 4:30 kickoff for them, 7:30 for us. It's good. I just wish that we got the same treatment here. But to your point, with Fox having Big Noon now, it's just we get fewer and fewer and fewer of those. But I do feel like once we do get like a big primetime night game, Bob, what was it last?
Will come out.
What was it? What was the big game last year? Was there one home game? I mean, I know
Notre Dame was on the road,
and that was a cup. But the 2 years ago when you opened the season with Notre Dame, that was the star of stars were out for that primetime treatment.
I mean, there was a lot going on. That was a big time ball. That was tremendous. I don't know last year who that would have been. I'm trying to think. Big time non-conference was Notre Dame on the road, but one's in the shoe. I don't know that there was.
Sparty, I don't feel like was a night game. Penn State wasn't a night game. No, Penn State wasn't a night game.
No.
Yeah, I don't know if we had one last year. I don't know, Bob. I'm not exactly sure.
You're going to make me look this up, aren't you, Meme?
It was Michigan State because we were wearing the all grays. It was Michigan State.
Oh, yeah, that was the game we wanted to see at night.
Yeah, that was 38-3. That was 35-3 at halftime.
Yep, they basically powered it down. So that was your one-night game, November 11th. Michigan State, terribleness.
Yeah, that's not very good. I saw this yesterday in college football. NIL's getting pretty unique with some of the things. Oklahoma State putting QR codes on the back of their players' helmets. Did you see that? That goes to like the team's NIL fund,
which was great. I saw the video or a GIF of Bradley Cooper from American Sniper saying, "Me watching Oklahoma State trying to pay my favorite player."
I saw that.
I
also said they were great.
Honestly, it's pretty creative, though.
I said when NIL was first getting started to just flash up the players like Venmo on the screen, on the big screen. Let's get it up there for that. I don't know. So I know that they all must be the same QR code because I think it goes directly like to the NIL fund. I don't think it goes to the players.
Right to the players.
I do too. Yeah, right to the player. Ollie Watkins busts off an 80-yard run. Let me pay that guy $60.
That I think there's benefit to that, to where you could pay those players directly for big plays they're making. Like that's the instant feedback people are looking for. Guys make a big play, you point to your QR code. That's your celebration.
I do have a question about that. How would I scan that? It seems like a far distance away.
Not if you're on TV.
That's true.
When they zoom in on them after the play, like that's the thing.
Pause it.
Yeah, pause it. Hit that thing in there.
Maybe
boom.
For the stadium, you can flash like the player-specific QR code up there.
Absolutely.
I did hear this from Mike Gundy the other day. Said, you know what? NIL time, that's over, and now it's football time.
That's what I told the players. You can just, there's no negotiating now. Portal's over. Right. All negotiations history. Now we're playing football.
You can enjoy
just coaching and playing football.
Conference and a 12-team playoff and everything being so different, just the newness of it all.
Yeah, and the business side of what we do now is we have to have those conversations with them. Tell your agent to quit calling us and asking for more money. It's non-negotiable now. Going to start again in December. So now we're able to direct ourselves just at football, and that part is fun because there's been so much other stuff going on. It's been hard to really focus on football.
I mean, yeah, there is a lot going on in the game, but you know what? That time is over now, Bob. It's football time. Time to play. Have your agent stop calling us.
And there's been rumors that there's been guys out there like reportedly trying to withhold services and stuff like that.
Oh, come on.
Like holding out.
What are we doing?
Well, that's the thing. Like you can't.
They don't have
anything.
contract. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, there's no penalty for them to do that except for them not playing. So I don't know how this is all going to work. Like this is the problem, and this is why once they can pay, it's going to open up another box of issues. But it will help solve some of these problems to where guys, they want more, they're going to withhold their services, even though they can't transfer till after the year. Again, it'll be the worst.
You hold out of training camp and hold out of practice, not go to school?
Hold out of the games. Like they practice. Like we're just not going to play in the games. Maybe not show up for practice. I don't know how that works. But it's going to be an issue at some schools, maybe not at all of them. And so how do you handle that? And the thing is, once you start paying them and how all that's structured, I guess, through the school, then you may have other levers. But some of these kids, like they're going to be foolish for sitting out thinking like, oh, I'll go get money elsewhere. In reality, that money doesn't exist.
I have a question about that. So let's say that, I don't know, take just a random player X. You're projected to go anywhere from 3rd to 5th round in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're senior year, last year, you're projected to go somewhere in the NFL draft. Maybe not, you're not a top tier talent, but you're going to be selected. Like whether that's a day 2 or a day 3 pick. I think the coaches are going to say when you get into the offseason where NFL teams are calling and asking about you, and those conversations are pretty bluntly honest, or they should be, from most programs, and you've got a coach and an entire staff saying about a player X in this case, that, he's really good, talented, works hard, but had this situation pop up where he was withholding our services. Like, what? I think the NFL is going to think about that, too, for your longevity, like, with teams.
They're not going to be happy about it. And the NFL, like, it's one thing. So, like, well, there's been guys that have held out before and not played in bowl games. And, like, if you're super elite, that's fine. If you're not, you're not replaceable.
Fine. Yeah.
And that's the problem is some guys get confused, Beam, about how good they actually are. And that's the thing in life. People overvalue their value many times. And when you do that, you're going to put yourself in perilous situations. And that's what's going to happen. Is someone's going to, get their pride's going to get in the way. They're going to hold out. They're like, yeah, I'm not playing. They won't pay me this. This other guy's getting paid this on our team, and I'm better than they are. Whatever. And you're going to hold out, and then it's going to impact you dramatically, and you're not going to get a chance to play at the next level. It's hard to play in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's not easy to make it. And so I'm just curious to see how that's going to work and if that happens.
Just another tentacle from the NIL stuff, just popping up here right before the season. And I think Mike Gundy was probably alluding to a little bit of that. Have your agent stop calling us. It's football time. Put your helmet on. Let's go. What does it mean to be captain and Black O recipient here at Ohio State? You're going to hear from Buckeye linebacker Cody Simon next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching slowdowns on I-270 northbound right near Hamilton Road because of a crash over there on the east side. Delaware County drivers also expect to be slow moving on 315 near Cellar Lane due to a crash. And at the 161-270 split on the northeast side, we've got some lane closures on 161 westbound. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Driving this summer in a new Honda. Act now during Honda's summer event to save thousands with low 1.9% financing. Full inventory is here. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans, and hybrids. With hybrids, the battery charges as you drive. Don't miss Honda's summer event with big savings on gas or hybrid, like the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, now with low 1.9% financing. Search your local Honda dealer. See dealer for financing details. For well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Coming this Labor Day weekend, Bob's biggest challenge yet. It's time to dare to compare. It's got action. It's got suspense. It's got beeps and boops and dings and whomps and more savings than you'll believe on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. And best of all, you get to play too this Labor Day weekend. Now open in Reynoldsburg and coming soon to Polaris. See how much you can save this Labor Day weekend when you dare to compare at a Bob's near you.
It's back to school time. That means it's time to start saving with Deals for School Days at Giant Eagle and Market District. Deals for Days means tons of discounts on all your favorite lunch items, snacks, and everyday essentials so your students can be ready to take on the day. Featured items will only be available at these amazing prices for a limited time. So don't miss out on Giant Eagle and Market District's Deals for Days for all the best back to school deals. Visit your local Giant Eagle or Market District today.
It's the summer sell down at Performance. Get up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees during the Make This the Summer of Jeep event. Performance, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Georgesville, and Delaware.
Not valid on previous sales. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock 8/20 to 8/31/24.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Sunday's the time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tino and Devere Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, Buckeye fans, ready for the chance to win one of 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences? As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip for two to the Oregon game, and exclusive access to the Ryan Day Coaches Show. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 winners. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Tired of waiting for your auto service to be completed at the dealership? Hi, this is Justin Hinderer with the Hinderer Motor Company. Let our experienced factory-trained technicians come to you in our mobile service truck. 90% of all repairs can be done at your home or office. Brakes, recalls, maintenance, it can all be done on your terms when you need us with our mobile service truck. Go to HindererMotorCompany.com and schedule mobile service today. That's HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
We're seeing more and more heinous crimes committed in Ohio by illegal immigrants who shouldn't be here.
The driver of the minivan that hit a school bus full of kids in Clark County, now in custody. 52 kids were on board the bus at the time of the crash. 1 was killed. 22 others taken to hospitals.
Hermanio Joseph charged with aggravated vehicular homicide.
Hermanio Joseph is here illegally. But Senator Sherrod Brown voted to give amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants, including those convicted of violent crimes like aggravated assault, child abuse, and drunk driving. Call Senator Sherrod Brown at 216-522-7272 and tell him to support S4689, the Justice for Jocelyn Act, and start protecting Ohio families, not criminal illegals who shouldn't even be in the country. Paid for by One Nation. www.onenationamerica.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are clear and sunny today. A little cool this morning, down in the 40s and 50s. We'll warm up to the 60s by midday with highs in the 70s. Columbus topping out at 77. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your weather impact forecast on The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up here in our next segment, about 8:35. 15 minutes away from right now. The Murph Dog, Patrick Murphy, he's going to join the program. Pat will be at the Crew game tonight, too. I think he's a big Crew fan, so he's going to be over there. Lower.com field, watching the Crew take on Philly tonight at 7:30. Should be an awesome night to watch soccer here in the capital city. Cody Simon having some media availability for the first time since being announced Block O recipient, captain of this 2024 Ohio State football team. And
Senior
leader, cowboy.
Cody's not a
cowboy, but Cody is a senior and a leader.
Everything that he's supposed to do, the Cobot, if you will.
I like that nickname. That's good. Is that
it's not original. I think Mitchell Melton on my podcast called him that.
Did he?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he called him the Cobot.
Is that like the Cluebot kind of?
Kind of. I think that's kind of the same vein.
Here he was talking about just being the recipient for the Block O award this season.
I don't think you can ever really expect it. I was, you're praying and hoping that just to be a captain and, for that to also get Block O, extremely honored, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity. Me personally, I'm not the type of guy who likes to really be in the limelight and be like the center of attention. So even adjusting to that was kind of strange for me. But it was really emotional for me. I mean, ever since I was like a child, even being a captain in college football is like, you see those guys walk out on TV in biggest games, and you're like, I want to be there when I'm older. For me, it was really emotional. I was so thankful for it.
What a terrific young man. You've gotten to know Cody, Bob, through the years. Would you say you were with his family on his official visit?
Oh, yeah.
When he came here. And not to... I mean, he's been through some strife here at this program as well. It's not like everything is good. He came in as like a big 5-star can't-miss prospect. I mean, he has worked his tail off to get himself into this situation.
Absolutely. They've been in a, he came in here, thought he was going to play, start, got behind Tommy. Cade was over there. Then they moved Steele. Cade moves away. And it took a long time for him to get out there and get playing on the field. And so I'm happy now that he's been able to have this type of success, that he's worked hard at it. He's stuck with it. He's widened his skill set so he can play both inside backer positions, and that allowed him to back up Tommy and Steele last year and play for both of them, which was big. So, yeah, I mean, that was pretty awesome.
Just think about, too, I mean, when he got here, he was the number one player coming out of the state of New Jersey. He was the 6th-ranked inside linebacker in the country. He was number 98 overall, comes in with a 4-star ranking. He gets here in August of 2020 when football season is gone. Like, if you go back 4 years ago and look like the timeline of all that, I mean, COVID was happening. We didn't know if you were going to play football in the Big Ten. Like, that was his first couple of years here was that. And then to get some back to a little bit of normalcy when you got into 22, 23 happens, you're back to being normal, then popping out the other side of it, Bobby, and being a captain for this program. Breaking on through to the other side. Like, that's a wild and strange journey that he took to get here.
An unexpected journey?
An unexpected journey.
That's right. There it is. I mean, you never thought he'd go on those adventures like Bilbo, and that's basically what he's been on.
Yeah.
Been on a lot of adventures together, Beam. And he finally got to the top, and you could see the emotion when he got picked and when he got up there to speak. It was a guy that had dedicated the last 4 years of his life to this university and to this team and trying to be the very best that he could. And to see that all come to fruition, to see that pay out, it was pretty special. I was incredibly happy for him, proud of the guy for what he was able to do, the man he was able to become like during these last 4 years. And excited for what he's going to be able to do leading the team this year.
Here was Cody on the journey that he's been in here at Ohio State.
The struggles of being a college football player, and it's never an easy road. It's never just one way. Everybody's going through ups and downs. So I'm thankful for my path. It's not ever what you really want it to be. It would be amazing to be a 3 years and out and first pick, but I mean that's not always the reality for everybody. So I'm just thankful for the opportunities I've been able to have, and I keep that perspective because football can be gone at any moment for us. So, I just try to go into every day and try to give my best and put out my best on the field.
Here's a couple more from Cody Simon about being a team leader and how much he loves that.
You never really know until it gets to the hard moments, really, and guys can really lean on you and like look to you to lead. And I've been saying that, like, me as a leader it's never like me just becoming. It's more like I'm taking parts of the guys who've led me. Like Tommy, is probably the best leader I've ever been around. He's tough, will work through anything, is vocal, physical, like guys like that, like when you can just take a little bit from them and implement it your own way, I mean, it goes miles. And I was just so thankful to have guys like that, like in my life and on this team, and they've helped me get through a lot of moments.
You always talk about leaving the room in better shape when you found it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of what he was alluding to right there with Tommy before him and the guys before Tommy, and then so on and so forth.
So your legacy essentially is, people always say it's what you do there, like how you're remembered. And the reality is how you leave the room, and did you develop people after you that can sustain it? And so part of Tommy's legacy and Steele is like the development of Cody as a leader. And I told Cody, like, it's on you to develop that next guy. With CJ and Sonny and Peyton and all these guys that come through there, Arvell, like all those guys, they need to need to understand what the standard is and how you get there and how to hold other people to it. And if you're able to do that, then you know what, you'll be in a good spot.
How hard is that? I mean,
it's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard because you got to lean it. First of all, you have to be above your reproach yourself. You can't ask guys to do something that you're not willing to do. So you have to go out there and do it all at a really high level. And then when you go do all that at a really high level, then you have to bring guys alongside and bring them with you. And that's hard because some guys, they may not know about that life beam. They may not like it. So that's where it becomes tricky and becomes a little difficult.
Here was Cody Simon, one more from him. Again, Blacko recipient, captain for this team coming up this season, about just a little on his leadership style.
There's way more than just leading by example. I've tried to develop into being seen, heard, and felt. And so I want to be that first person doing it. I want them to see me doing it. I want them to hear me doing it. I want them to feel me, whether it's on the field or if it's in a workout or something. So I think I've gained a little bit of trust from at least from my teammates to be a leader in that way.
I think that's the point that you were trying to drive home right there.
Yeah.
Heard, seen, felt.
Seen, heard, and felt. Like, those are the things. They have to see what you're doing, but they also have to hear you and feel you, know that they care, know that you care about them, and then sometimes you got to lean in and try to change their behavior, and it can be uncomfortable.
Hey, you know what? Doing this stinks. Yes, it does, but we're going to do this together.
Embrace the suck, Beam.
Is that still the mantra over there?
It's always the mantra.
They're probably...
The mantra is the mantra.
Are they out? They're out of that now that school is going now, right?
You think it gets any better during the year?
No.
Like, dude, that's when, like, hey, I know it sucks.
Then it becomes the grind. That's the grind.
And that's what I'm saying. Then you have to sit there and be like, hey, I know this is brutal. I know this isn't any fun. We got to go here. We got to grind. You got to get treatment. We got to lift. We got to watch extra film. Like, you have to do all those things.
Come on, Bob. It's Western Michigan. Let's blow off early today.
Let's blow off. Get drunk. Go smoke some J's. Hang out. Cruise around with Shark and hotbox in the back of the Mystery Mobile.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Back when I played, dude, you could do that. Now, I mean, it's a different time, different place, different era.
The Murph Dog, Patrick Murphy of Bucknuts. He's going to break down the Buckeyes as we're now 10 days away from the season opener against Akron with us coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now at the 161-270 split on the northeast side. Expect some lane closures going westbound on 161. Still watching some slowdowns due to a crash on I-270 northbound right near Hamilton Road and on 315 northbound up in Delaware County right near Cellar Lane. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Men, if erectile dysfunction is affecting you, getting treated could have a dramatic impact on your relationship and your outlook on life. But it's also important where you get treated because your health matters. And working with an organization that practices excellent medicine and has significant expertise in men's sexual health can often result in a far better outcome. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're seeking a quality provider to treat your ED or are just not satisfied with your current situation, call us. We'll show you a true 5-star experience and work with you to find the right treatment for your specific specific medical situation. At Tri-State Men's Health, we truly are experts in men's sexual health. But it's more than that. Unlike the online pill pushers or so-called men's clinics that only offer one or a few treatment options, we offer the full spectrum of ED protocols. We can even use combinative therapies for better results. At Tri-State Men's Health, your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam over here for my great friends over at Wendy's. And Wendy's new saucy nugs, well, they're here. That means the best nugs in the entire game are now even better. You can choose between Wendy's iconic crispy or spicy nugs covered in bold, flavorful sauces, including buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, and even spicy ghost pepper. Eat them with a fork, eat them with your hands, eat them for lunch, eat them after midnight. There's no wrong answer. For a whole new way to nug, it's got to be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary by location.
This week at Meijer, buy 5 or more and save $5 or more on hundreds of items across the store. Shop items like Pepperidge Farm buns, Johnsonville smoked brats, Breyer's ice cream, and select Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. Plus, shop hot deals on California Red Seedless grapes for $1.49 per pound. Certified Angus beef T-bone steak for $9.99 per pound. And Meijer chips, 3 for $5. Shop great prices and limited deals this week at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
We don't talk politics on the Fan. We'd rather talk about things that unite us, like the exciting Buckeye season ahead and pizza. How about the rebirth of the Jackets and pizza? Your home of the Buckeyes, Jackets, pizza, and no politics. The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house will look like with our new windows. See?
Oh, yeah. That definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait. I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beamer is tweeting about Formula One.
Oh, hells yes.
Bobby is tweeting Rick Springfield concert video. Both are a cry for help.
This is one twisted mother.
This is Morning Juice.
We here on The Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Right now, we're heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Checking with our great friend of Bucknuts. He is Patrick Murphy. Murph Dog, happy football season, buddy. What's going on? How we feeling?
Good. We are almost all the way back. It's been nice to have fall camp, but now we need some games. And we got some this weekend.
Absolutely, we do. Week 0 happening. You got Georgia Tech, you got Florida State. That one in Dublin. That's a nice little palate appetizer for you. What's going to be a full weekend of college football next week. You were over at the Woody last night. We were just taking a listen to Cody Simon. Pat, his evolution as a Buckeye is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I'm glad they brought him out. That was not something that we had that was planned, but good to talk to him because, you think about how kind of his career started. He was a starter at middle linebacker, loses that job these last couple of years, and, mostly because they moved the defense to a 2-linebacker defense, and, he handled it like a pro and kept working, kept getting better. And I think the fact that he gets to end his career not only back as a starter in an important year for the Buckeyes defensively, but to have these honors of a captain and being the Block O recipient, you could tell it really means something to him. And that's what you want to see, right? You want guys that this stuff matters for. And he's become a real leader for this team. And you felt it even at the end of last year when he stepped in for Tommy Eichenberg, and then when he was the first guy to say, yeah, I'm coming back and we're going to get this thing done. He's going to be an important part for this team, both on and off the field, and I'm glad he's got those titles to really designate that, even though it probably wasn't necessary.
What do we have planned for the last weekend here of Buckeye Free football until we get into the grind? I know there's some bye weeks, but the last week of the season before the preseason.
Yeah, two bye weeks this year, which for Buckeye fans probably isn't what you want to hear, but for those of us who cover it, it's not the worst thing in the world. Not a ton planned. The Columbus Crew will hopefully play in a Leagues Cup final on Sunday, but other than that, I'm going to enjoy some football, maybe see Beam early Sunday morning if he wakes up in time, or Saturday morning to watch Manchester United, but watch those games and just kind of enjoy it before, like you said, the grind really gets going here. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I love it, and I'm excited for it. But, yeah, we'll enjoy this last weekend. Might catch a high school game Friday night if I can drag myself to one of those.
Oh, you'll be fine, Pat. You can tailgate in the parking lot. It'll just be like when you were in high school yourself. Rekindle old times.
I can't say that hasn't happened.
Hey, you're a great football watcher in the state of Ohio. A couple of cold ones in a parking lot. What's better than that, So we get the football season underway. Biggest storyline for you, Pat, heading into game 1 for Ohio State, Akron, 3:30 next Saturday, is going to be what to watch out for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I think the Chip Kelly influence. I was talking to somebody the other day who covers other teams, and they were asking something similar. And I said, we haven't seen a ton of what Chip Kelly has done for this offense, even though we've been at a good amount of practices. We've gotten to see some of it in terms of how they're using the running backs and whatnot. But I'm excited to see how much influence he has. And I don't know if it will be huge to the naked eye just because he and Ryan Day kind of come from the same background, speak the same language. But specifically that running game, the offensive line play, I think he can be a factor in that in terms of what he does. And you'll see some different things, I think, with the play calling. So I think that's pretty huge, his addition and kind of what he'll add. I think, on the other side of the ball, it's just can it be business as usual and what Buckeye fans got to expect last year. Almost all of the same faces are back. So can they bring it at the same level? And I think they will. But, you need to see it, especially in a week 1 game against Akron where everyone will be excited, but it isn't a marquee opponent, right? Those first few weeks. So can you bring it at the level that, exemplifies that number 2 team in the country that everyone thinks will be in a national championship game at the end of the season?
So Oregon is announced as a night game. Your thoughts on that? And is it sad because realizing these West Coast trips will probably be night games on the road and then noon games at home?
Yeah, I think that's probably what you're looking at for a lot of them. Maybe some 3:30 home games. But it's going to be weird because out there it'll be a 4:30 kick. So, yes, prime time if you're watching back in Columbus, but when we're out there covering it, it'll feel like an afternoon game, which, isn't the worst thing in the world. If you're going to the game, you get kind of that feel of a primetime game. It'll bleed into the night. But I think, look, that's going to be one of the games of the season, assuming everything goes as planned. And for me, those big games still, I want that primetime feel. I've embraced the big noon kickoff and kind of the idea of that, but I still think that
morning drinking, basically.
Yeah, right. But the feel of the nighttime games and kind of what that, the gravitas around all of that, I think still has, makes a pretty big difference. And I'm glad that the Buckeyes will be able to be a part of some of those. Not every game needs to be a noon game.
He is Patrick Murphy of Bucknuts with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Also got to talk to Matt Guerrieri last night. Pat, Keenan Bailey having some availability. Just a little update we heard from Caleb Downs a little bit earlier on. What's the situation going to look like here in the tight end room for the Buckeyes this year? I mean, I know you have Kazmarek. He's up from Ohio University. Jelani Thurman as well. G. Scott Jr. in that tight end room. What's that going to look like here in this Chip Kelly offense with the tight ends?
It sounds like Keenan Bailey really likes a group of these guys. I don't know how many will regularly get on the field, but he was even asked, do you plan on having one starter, or could this vary depending on, what you guys want to do and what guys are doing that week? And he said he's still not sure yet. I think he probably has a better idea than he was going to let on, but I think that when you have a number of guys who can do different things, and I think that's important to point out that these guys are all different, then you don't necessarily need a Cade Stover. If you have that guy, great. Obviously, Cade was great, but G can do some stuff different than Will, and Will definitely does some things different than Jelani, who is still developing, and Bennett Christian, who missed all of last season with that suspension, now working his way back. I think it's going to be an interesting room to keep an eye on, kind of how they use each guy. But I do think there's a lot of talent there. And Will Kazmarek, if you go back and watch some of the stuff he did at OU, a pretty talented player. And I think that's an underrated addition to this offense that, he could be something that he could be a contributor maybe beyond what we've talked about this offseason.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because, like you said, big physical guy. I mean, do you feel like they'll run? I mean, with the two running backs, it's been, I wouldn't say more of a pass-heavy offense, but Ryan obviously more intricate in the passing game. Chip Kelly coming in, running the football, and then you had a guy like Will Kazmarek, you had Judkins in, another running back. Like, does this have a feeling of a run-first team to you?
I think there will certainly be times when it feels that way. Like, I think this team can morph into a lot of different things. You can have, 3-4 wide at times when you need, but you can also go under center with two backs in the backfield and a couple tight ends, right? Maybe even three tight ends. We saw that at UCLA with Chip Kelly. So I think you have a lot of options. Obviously they need to find, as Ryan Day puts it, their fastball and what they're best at. And that's probably a few different things. But I think the fact that you have so many different talented guys on offense and you want to find different ways to use them, line up in different formations, make teams prepare for a bunch of different things. Maybe that means you don't have, a ton of receivers getting 1,000 yards and the running backs aren't all getting 1,000 yards. But if the end result is what you want it and you can confuse teams by different looks, I think that's obviously the ultimate goal of this team as they've stated.
Murph, have they talked about all the adjustment of the helmet comms and going to a huddle and how strange that's kind of going to be in year one?
Yeah, I've actually asked a decent amount about that. I'm hoping to write about that this week. Cody Simon was asked about it last night, which, you think about it from the quarterback perspective, right? But you also get it on the defensive side. And I think he was a little, I don't want to say annoyed, but you get Jim Knowles in your head for up till 15 seconds on that play clock every play. I think that could be a lot as he's pointing out some things, and Cody, kind of alluded to that. It will be an adjustment on both sides of the ball. Obviously, the first time we've seen that in college football, and the huddling I think will increase to some degree. I don't know how much they will do it. You also have now iPads on the sideline, so you can look at those instead of pieces of paper, which I thought was really funny that Kirk Ferentz at Big Ten Media Day, the Iowa head coach, said he's really glad that college football has now caught up to high school football in that capacity. And, I think it's about time that you have these things, right? You've had the technology for a long time. Why not use them? It will take adjustment, but I think it's a good adjustment that won't take too much time.
You got a prediction for the match tonight, Crew? Or Pat, Crew and Philly?
Yeah, the Crew should take care of business in this one. Philly's gotten by, made a nice run here. But the one thing I will say is Philly, I know, really wants to finally bring home a trophy. This is a team that just hasn't been able to get over the hump, and the Crew obviously have done that. So the Crew need to come out hungry, but they're the more talented team, and they're at home.
Buddy, appreciate the time. Enjoy the game tonight. We'll check in again soon, all right?
All right, see you guys.
There he goes, Patrick Murphy of Bucknuts with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Going to reveal our fan poll coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are watching slowdowns on I-270 westbound on the north side of town because of a crash near Westerville Road. The slowdowns start well past the 161-270 split and extend for quite some time. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey, it's Bobby. When it comes to tackling a project as important as your roof, you want a company that cares about the product and experience they're going to deliver. At Newman Roofing, you're more than just a number. They believe in 100% customer satisfaction. And for your roofing needs, give them a call at 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Hey guys, Chaps here with a new opportunity for you. The 20-pound summer slim down with Awaken 180 weight loss. Dropping 20 pounds before summer ends. Cruising to your goal of 30, 40, 50 plus pounds down. It's simple. You take the last few weeks of summer, eating, drinking, enjoying the weather. But the difference? You're doing it with the 20-pound summer slim down. But Chopper, summer's almost over. That's the point, guys. The pounds melt off fast with Awaken 180. I dropped my first 20 in less time, and that easy 20 propelled me to reach my goal of losing 60 pounds. Then that propelled me to lose another 35. Think about it. You're about to slide back into the same old fall routine with the same old mindset. Mix it up. Live up the rest of your summer while dropping your first 20, then jump into fall with a whole new groove. Yeah, I said groove. You'll be saying it too just a few weeks from now. 20 pounds summer slim down with the solution for weight loss online at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
It's the summer sell down at Performance. Get up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees during the Make This the Summer of Jeep event. Performance, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Georgesville, and Delaware.
Not valid on previous sales. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock 8/20 to 8/31/24.
Common Man and T-Bone.
No pools. You know what they do have? What? Backpacks, school supplies. We're getting ready for school. Pools are gone, Mike. No one's got a pool.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Pain from arthritis is just awful. Constant pain. It robs you of so much of the stuff you love to do. But there are effective ways to deal with that pain. My dad and I can both tell you we were able to get relief without medication or surgery. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that can get you lasting relief. The place to go, QC Kinetics, right here in Columbus, Ohio. Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics utilize cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Learn how QC Kinetics can use advanced regenerative medicine to treat the pain, enhance your joints, and restore your mobility. Surgery and pain pills, they're not the only option. My dad and I went there. We feel so much better. He's able to move around and walk like he wants to. I'm able to go out and run and do the things that I enjoy. So here's the great thing. Give them a call at 380-208-4544. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have 3 offices in Dublin, Gahanna, and Grove City.
The greatest stories aren't found in books or films or folk songs. The stories that truly bring us together are found in ESPN Fantasy Football. Stories of late-round love and first-round heartbreak. Tales of Hail Marys and Monday Night Miracles. Chronicles of punishments. Oh, the punishments. Friends growing closer than ever through the power of humiliation. It's all here. And while the football might be fantasy, the stories, very real. Download the ESPN Fantasy app, sign up, and write the story of your season.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are clear and sunny today. Temperatures rising from the 40s and 50s this morning back to the 70s this afternoon. So you might need a jacket just to get you out the door, but we'll see a high of 77 later today. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your weather impact forecast on The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Federal Elite Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Just a couple of dudes being guys.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
Wrapping things up here. Little Wednesday edition of the program. Your Wednesday becomes the first Friday miracle. Next, Uncle Bo and the boys will be up until noon. Get you ready for week 0 college football.
Got a fan poll for you tomorrow. Burning question.
This is on ESPN right now.
Get up. Is it now or never for Ryan Day to win?
Yes.
But what does that mean?
I don't know.
Like that's
yes.
a pretty...
All-state playoff predictolator. Ohio State has 11% chance to win the national championship, 4th best in FBS. Where does that come from?
The predicolator machine.
How many times did they run that?
I don't know. I'm going to need you to recrunch those numbers.
Crunch?
Shark, I just saw this come across the Instagram machine. Players who get deferred contract payments this season. Do you know who the highest deferred contract dollar payment is? In Major League Baseball.
Shohei.
Bobby Bonilla.
Well, I guess players who are not playing.
Ken Griffey Jr.
No. Chris Davis.
Oh.
9.1.
Crush. Was it Crush or Crash?
How about
Crash
this?
was in Bull Durham.
Griff's getting almost 3.6.
That's good. How many more years is that?
This is the last year, in 2024. So Bobby Bonilla, everyone knows about, basically $1.2 million through 2035. He gets paid by the Mets. Here's what I also discovered, Shark. Bobby Bonilla is also getting $500,000 through 2028 from the Orioles. So people have been underselling him this whole time. We just knew about the Mets 1.2. We didn't realize
How long have the Orioles been paying him?
I don't know. It goes through 2028. You got a couple more years left on that bad boy.
When I get a new contract in April, I'll have 3 months to work. I'm gonna get some of that deferred, so I get like a check for $25 every year.
Yep.
From Tegna.
That'll help you, Shark. Good estate planning. Zach Greinke, check that. Zach Greinke gets 12.5 through 2026.
Oh man! From who?
That's a great question.
I mean,
from the Astros.
Dodgers, Astros. Okay, he pitched for a lot of teams there at the end.
Yeah, from the Astros.
Milwaukee, Kansas City.
Where did he finish up at?
Who knows?
Greinke. Wasn't he pitching with the Royals last year?
Yes. I thought you meant how many wins.
Oh, no. How many wins does he have?
I mean,
I bet he's got 200.
225.
Yeah.
Pedroia's still getting 2.5 a year from the Sox through 2028.
Wow, he hasn't played in a decade.
Zach Greinke, Hall of Famer?
Got a Cy Young, doesn't he?
I'd say, yeah. Yep. I'd say borderline Beam.
6-time All-Star. MLB All-Second Team, Cy Young winner, 6-time Gold Glove, Silver Slugger, ERA leader in 2009 and 2015.
You know, we used to look at 300 wins. That got you automatic entry into the Hall of Fame. Nobody's going to win 300.
What are they going to look at?
Yeah, I mean, what's going to be the number now? 250, 225?
What if you're a long-term reliever that gives up 6 runs a game?
I'm going to say no. You're not going to get in the Hall of Fame. But you know, CC Sabathia, I think he's got 251 maybe. He's probably going to get in.
Do you think he has to get down to 251 first?
He is.
Isn't he skinny now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Yep.
I met him when I was working at Get Up. He was huge then.
He was huge when he was 20.
Well,
but a great guy.
He really rounded into form though when he was with the Yankees. He got sweatier and sweatier.
He'd wear those big baggy pants. He looked like a clown.
Well, when
his hat would be cockeyed.
6'7", 320 pounds up there, Shark. You
Running gas.
Oh, man.
Guards Hall of Famer, CC Sabathia.
Just last month.
Did he go in with Manny?
No, Manny went a few years ago.
Did he? It's been a couple of years since he went in?
Yeah.
Was Manny there for CC's? Because I feel like for some reason I saw Manny at a Guards game not that long ago. Was he there for CC?
You know, that was a game that was carried on Apple Plus or something, so we didn't get the pregame to see the whole ceremony. I've seen bits and pieces on YouTube, but yeah, a lot of, Hargrove was there and Tomey was there.
Yep.
I don't remember if Manny was there.
Tomey Hall of Famer?
Yes, first ballot.
Okay, just checking.
I'm on the predictable.
But they had a lot of good players in the mid-90s, Shark.
Did.
I think Omar should be in.
Of course.
I think.
Do you think he
Kenny
should?
Lofton should be in.
I love Kenny. Do you think Omar should be beside Mr. Kelly in that video that we saw?
Well, Omar will never get in now because of that, but he was only getting 25 to 30% votes to begin with, and you got to have 75% to go in. Maybe 20 years from now, some veterans committee is going to put him in. I mean, the guy had like 2,700 hits.
Oh, and his glove.
And 11 gold gloves.
His glove was incredible.
Yeah.
That's what I've been told, Beam.
You still go on Baseball Reference every day?
Just about.
Yeah. What are you looking? What's your?
I went on Pro Football Reference today, my friend.
What were you looking up?
Bobby and I were talking about
winningest left-handed quarterback of all time.
Winningest lefty of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I nailed it right out of the gate, and then I started second-guessing myself.
Winningest lefty of all time. Michael Vick.
That's a pretty decent guess.
That is a good guess. I should have looked that up. I said Boomer.
But Boomer was bad with the Jets.
And Bobby said Kenny Stabler, and Bobby was right. He had 96 wins, Boomer 80. I'll bet Vic was probably right around there, right around 80.
I bet Vic's around 80.
But it's
76.
It's a little surprising that 96 would be the most. If you think an all-time greats played 15 years in the NFL.
Shark,
how many wins does like Peyton Manning have?
Shark, you know that they've just been discriminating against lefties for years.
Yes.
You're a victim.
Jim Zorn.
Peyton Manning has 187 wins.
Yeah. And the leading left-hander has 96.
That is hard to comprehend.
Well, you got to think. I mean, there's only
not too many.
Probably 10% of the quarterbacks are lefties.
Who's the most? Who's has the most left-handed wins as a pitcher in Major League Baseball?
I gotta believe it's Warren Spahn.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know the Spawnster?
No.
He does have the most wins, Shark. 363. Hall of Famer?
Oh, yeah.
Before we get out of here today, our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. How many carries will Caleb Downs have this season at running back for the Buckeyes? 0, 1 to 5, 6 to 10, or 11 plus, Bob? I set the over-under at a half, and you blew through the stop sign.
I think 5 to 6 to 10.
All right, 6 to 10. That's going to be the show answer. Bob, I had so much fun today. What do you say we reconvene tomorrow if they allow us? You good with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Everybody have a fantastic day. Uncle Bo and the boys up next. We're back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are watching slowdowns on 270 westbound on the north side of town due to a crash right near Westerville Road. Expect to be delayed over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
This is a fan action update.
The Cleveland Guardians end a 3-game losing streak with an extra innings upset over the Yankees yesterday. Cleveland was plus 130 on the money line, and today face the Yankees again as a plus 136 dog. Guardians are now minus 250 to win the AL Central with the Twins plus 290. Cleveland has a 3.5 game lead. To win the American League, Guardians are 6-1 and 16-1 to win the World Series. For your action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
One thing about us parents, we think we know what's in, but we're usually way off. That's why I take my kids to Great Clips for back-to-school haircuts. From fresh fades to beachy waves, they can use the online lookbook to find the cuts they want at prices I can't resist. Plus, with convenient online check-in, we save tons of time, too. I may never know what's cool again, but hey, with back-to-school haircuts at Great Clips, I don't have to. Download the app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
At Kroger Pharmacy, CARE is making it easy to get vaccinated. CARE is helping you stay protected from flu, COVID, and RSV. Seasonal vaccines are available 7 days a week with evening hours. CARE is giving you a shot at staying healthy this season. Walk in whenever is best and get multiple vaccines in one visit at your local Kroger pharmacy. So come and get the protection you need while protecting those around you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Visit Kroger.com/vaccines for more. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See site for details.
Wendy's new Saucy Nugs come in 7 saucy flavors. Yep, you can literally hear your taste buds going. Taste bud sounds may vary. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary by location.
Summer may be slowing down, but the deals at Vivid Seats haven't. Whether it's scoring MLB tickets for a night at the ballpark or locking down the biggest matchups for the upcoming football season, Vivid Seats has you covered. With the only rewards program in the game, plus an amazing selection of tickets, Vivid Seats has something for every fan. Catch the deals you want for the games you crave, all backed by a 100% buyer guarantee. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Broadcast